Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We continue on with our derivation. What is sensorality? Trying to find the right question to ask. Language is not difficult. We just need to find the right syllability, the right spelling of sensorality. The word form that is stabilized. And so we continue on. So kind of, again, last time we finished up, or we said equality is essential. Something that logically everyone's going to agree with, but it's the kind of like logical up-to-date. If you hit refresh on your inbox for your email and then you see no new emails, right, logically that is kind of where we, again, I say renormalized, but just got you up to date. Equality is essential. And so we have this speciality, we have sensorality is the inverse of sensorality, the S and the C, but what's the relation to speciality? And again, we're looking for this unique theorem, but it contains the definition of speciality. We just kind of have to like encapsulate the whole thing and then relate and find this difference, this differentiation by inversion, opposition, sensorality with a C, sensorality with an S, and then speciality. And we already know what speciality is because it's special with an ITY. And so equality is essential, quality is special, right? If you get something at a hardware store, if you buy a consumer good and it's of high quality, it's special. With our massive, again, considering our massive result that the ly is not a natural form of a word. It's the same way you put salt, salty, literally extends that logic, the ly. Sensorality is methodicality. Sensorality is thougicality. Science is salient. Sensorality is salience. Processing is observation, right? Serve, inverse is serve, observe. Processing is observation. Sensorality is a process. Process, possess. Sensorality with a C is cessation. Cessation ceases. Continuation is the opposite of cessation. If something stops, it's not continuing. So again, when we find this completeness of language, it will feel very distinct. It'll feel very separate than the other things. Sensorality is cessality, right? Cess is shit. One of my favorite phrases of all time, a cesspool. A shithole is a cesspool. For example, now that we have that great cut screen, we can see what a shithole and a cesspool really looks like. A cesspool is a shithole. And now, with that great theorem, we can restate the fundamental theorem of mathematics, of theme. An iteration is a multiple. We've probably hit that one before, but again, I've said something to the effect, all non-prime numbers are iterated numbers. When you see any number past the number 9, it is literally an iteration 1, 0, 10, 1, 1, 11. And so an iteration is a multiple. When you make something more intricate, when you give it factor, when you give it more depth, you're iterating it. An iteration is a multiple. Sensorality is multiplicality. Multiplicative, sensorality is multiplicative. Multiplicative, duplicitous. It's a form of that word you'll see. He was very duplicitous. He duped me. Kind of in that context, deceit, duplicitous, two-faced, but it's a word form that immediately derives from multiplicative, which I stuttered over like 4 times. That's multiple times I stuttered over multiplicative. What is generalization, right? Physic, right? And I say, I have it in quotation, but I mean physically. Right? What is general physically? Specialization is differentiation. So generalization physically is the opposite of that. But differentiation, right? Charge differentiated in form, right? Our form is different. We're all made of protons and electrons. This dichotomy or the stabilization of positive and negative charge. So generalization, again, I keep wanting to say vibration, but vibration is the speed limit. It's the inverse of rhythm. If you try something moving and try to limit the movement, you create vibration. And so what is generalization? We can restate the fundamental theorem of physics. Work converts potential to product. You have something that starts and then you want to do something, and that's what work is. You're producing a product from potential. Potential is fulfilled. Oh, that star, great hardworking person fulfilled his potential. Completeness is dichotomistic. Positive, negative, they stabilize. That is complete. That dynamic is complete. It is still open. It interacts, but it is as stable as can be. That stability produces completeness. So go from the physical stability to the logical mathematical concept of complete. Right? And you can go convert a video, it says completed right at the end. You send an email, it says complete. But sensorality is dichotomy. Sensorality is cotomy. Right? You just take off the die. Sensorality is dichotomy, cotomality. Trying to, again, preserve the pronunciation for my lovely performance of derivation of everything, which we've done multiple times now. Sensorality is tomality, right? Tomato, tomato, dichotomy, cotomality, tomality. Tomato. I don't know. Tomality, temerity. Temerity is based on merit, right? Temerity, he had the audacity, the temerity. But linguistically, it's worth pointing out, built on merit. Sensorality is meritality. Sensorality is meritocracy, meritocratic, but it's meritality. Merit is competence. Warranting merits, right? You say something he warranted, that award was warranted. He merited that. It's kind of used in the same context. What is dichotomy to juxtaposition? All right. Inversion, opposition. Version, position. Positionality. Juxtaposition. Right? If something has dichotomy, again, this comes from, well, what is the relationship? Dichotomy, just again, the inherent opposition, logical opposition that is presented by having existence than not existence. Juxtaposition, again, we've asked that question before, but it's just comparison. The thing that I think of operatively, juxtaposing is comparison. If you're taking two things and you're putting it together, they both have inherent dichotomy and we're seeing how they relate. What is juxtaposition to opposition? Again, juxtaposition means comparison to me, and opposition is like the maximum opposition is minimum similarity. And so again, we're trying to find this natural opposition inversion of sensorality conceptually, physically, linguistically, and then conceptually and physically, literally, and then the linguistics will represent that inversion, that opposition, this breaking away from sensorality, completing it as an axiom, and then producing our new word form. But that is what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.